location today on 60th Street in Midtown East Manhattan. I am joining Dr. Bracci of Verve Medical Cosmetics to talk about his beautiful practice and all of the treatments that he offers.
Welcome to Verve.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here, not only to get to chat with you, but in this stunning office of yours. So why don't you start off by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your practice.
Thanks, Jennifer. My name is Stephen Bracci. As we mentioned, I'm a cosmetic medical physician. I specialize exclusively in cosmetic injectables. And I've been in this office for over a decade. I've been practicing for 23 years. And as I mentioned, my practice is exclusively dedicated to non-surgical aesthetics.
Yes, so that's one important thing I love to talk about. So could you go into a little bit of detail about the difference between surgical and non-surgical treatments?
So basically, when people mature, they have architectural changes to their face. And they have two major choices to remedy those architectural changes. One is surgery, and the other is obviously the filler injectable route. Basically, what happens with surgery, the challenge with that is they're actually redesigning the architecture to replace the lost support, and they're making cuts and they're pulling the skin to new directions and repositioning things. With injectables such as fillers, what happens is we can add a support system and replace that lost architecture and raise the skin. So we're essentially restoring the shape of the face. We're returning the skin back to its natural original position.
Okay. And you specialize in non-surgical, and you have a few trademark procedures that you do here. Could you tell us about those?
So my main two trademark procedures are the EYERISE procedure, where I take care of under eye bags non-surgically with fillers, and then of course the full face architectural resupport of the face called a BASELIFT.
Okay.
So we're truly lifting the base of the architecture and the skin up.
And those are non-surgical. So that's really important, because I feel like those are two things. I know myself, I've considered doing the treatment for the under eye bags, but I'm so terrified to go under the knife, I guess you could say. But the way that you do it, it's very safe, not a lot of downtime, right?
Mm-hmm. Most people can return to normal social activities within a day or so. Obviously, that's not the case with surgery.
Yeah. What are are those two of your most popular procedures as well?
Correct.
Yeah, and what about some of your most frequently asked questions? I'm sure you get a ton because you're an expert, but what do you think are some of the biggest that people come to you with?
The biggest questions, what you mentioned, was the downtime, and then the second biggest question is how often do they have to do these procedures? And I recommend people do things at least once a year to maintain the structure of the face. Many of my clients wait a lot longer than a year, and we know this because we can look at the data when people return. But once a year is a good safe number to repeat things.
Okay. Do you see any popular procedures, maybe depending on the time of the year, whether it's wedding season or getting ready for summer? Does that kind of change what your year looks like?
There is definitely a seasonality. The spring is among the busiest season, and then of course the late fall going into the holidays is the two biggest times of the year.
Yeah, people getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for summer. But luckily, you're all over the place. I don't know how you do it. You have multiple locations. So can you tell us where each of those locations are?
The main studio is here, obviously in our townhouse in Manhattan, our flagship, and then we have another studio in New Jersey. And then recently, since the pandemic, I've added 3 more studios, one in Long Island, one in Westchester, and the most recent is Miami, Florida.
That's amazing. I feel like that's a big move. People are making from New York to Florida, so now wherever they are, you can definitely give them any type of service. All right, amazing. And for anyone who wants to follow along, because you have great content on your website and your social, could you share with us your website and your handles?
Sure. Website is vervecosmetic.com, and social Instagram is Verve Medical Cosmetic.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having us. I can't wait for more.
Thank you.